Hello, my name is Suzanne Victoria Cross, and I'm honored to be the production manager at Pangea World Theater.
My name is Adlyn Carreras. I'm the general manager at Pangea World Theater.
So excited to be one of the artists in this fall's festival called Milkweed Maps, where I'll be presenting my original work called Godmothers Speak, a hero's test for the gold standard.
And the title of my show is Walking Through It, A Journey of the Body and Mind.
Has this process taught or reminded you of anything about yourself? Has anything been surprising?
This process has reminded me about how important my family is and all the things that I learned growing up from them in Puerto Rico. What has been surprising is the emotion that has come up as I've been writing and creating this piece, the emotions that are still there that as I get older, I think that I'm over it, but I guess that I'm not.
Not knowing if you should go that way or this way, and at the end of the day, you just follow your heart and do the best work that you can with what you know. So kind of establishing and initiating that of trusting your instincts and your gut, and that done is good at a certain point, is something that I've learned about myself in this process.
And so it surprises me when I feel those emotions coming up as I'm going through the process.
What kind of work do you veer towards creating? Does this solo performance differ from your work in the past, and how has it affected your creative process moving forward?
As a stage manager and production manager, but deep love for performance and acting, where I am given a script, I honor the script, I embody it, and then develop a character and present that to an audience.
Working by myself and actually writing the text so that I can perform it and create the characters that I want to create. So that has been very different.
The kind of work that I veer towards, that I find the most joy in creating as a performer and performance, is with a cast of people.
I usually work with a script, and I usually work with other people, so this process has been very different.
I do art and theater to be in relationship with others, to create some type of universal understanding about us as silly little humans on this planet, and that when you see something on stage that resonates with you, maybe you understand more about yourself. How that relates to solo work is very interesting.
But I've done this process maybe a few times before, that I wrote a piece where it was a reading, and it was like this one that I was talking about my experiences and things like that. And then the second time I did a script that was called The Testament of Mary, and that was 95 pages of memorization, and that was really hard, and I almost died, but I got through it and it was fine.
I am looking back and reflecting and having to support me as my scene partner, wanting to make myself look as prepared and beautiful as possible, which is really interesting, especially the themes of my piece about women and power and how that power can be taken away from us, and agency, giving myself that agency.
And then now this, and so this has been a little bit different in that I have to memorize again, and it's more of it's a bigger thing. It's a bigger thing for me.
Also, working at Pangea World Theater is so incredible because you are never alone. I have an incredible design team. I'm able to bring in other artists that have been family at Pangea. I have sounding boards. We have this cohort that I can go and say, I'm stuck in this monologue. I don't know what to do with her, and just saying it out loud, right? Breaking the silence of the universe to say I'm stuck and I'm scared. And that way you're not alone. And that cohort then becomes my scene partner who wants me to be as beautiful and powerful as possible.
You've mentioned that Pangea's ensemble work is one of the reasons you continue to create with Pangea. How has the experience been crafting a solo performance on your own before coming together for sharing and rehearsals with the rest of the artists?
Yeah, I like working in ensemble. I like to work with other people, so it's been a little bit lonely. I prefer to work with others in an ensemble in that way, but it has been great that we have been able to share with each other, the cohort, the other artists that are in the festival, that we've been able to come together and share our work, and that has been really, really great. They've been so kind and so open and just really, really generous with their time. But I still prefer to work in ensemble. I like to work with other people. I enjoy that much better.
How are Linda Taylor, the welfare queen, and Penelope of Ithaca in conversation with one another as characters, mythic ideas, and women of the past?
So I've had this idea of writing a show about Linda Taylor, who is one of the actual real-life women who made up the myth of the welfare queen. I also have always been drawn to the myth of Penelope, the queen of Ithaca, the wife of Odysseus. How these two women have been projected and portrayed in our history as representing usually just one thing or another. And as using that to express my solo work and the thing I want to say, that I know my truth is I'm not. I have been perceived sometimes as one way or another way, or as a black woman I have to be smarter, stronger, faster, and more intelligent to even enter the room. As an actor I have to be physically and emotionally present in a certain way to be held or cast in one way or the other, as a daughter, as a wife, as a friend, as somebody who navigates different parts of mental illness, somebody who navigates different parts of just, the beauty and pressure of living. Do these women have those similarities as well? Doing a lot of research about Linda Taylor, the real woman, and how when we take someone who is trying to survive, who has done sins, who has committed crimes, who also was thrown away as a child of having a white mother and a black father, and not legally having her, or literally having her existence be illegal. How does that change the development of a human being? And how does that also make them very susceptible to have a myth of being unwanted or being extracted in society put upon them? And with Penelope, the idea of virtue and faithfulness and the endless waiting life for her husband. Was there moments of doubt, moments of fear, moments of 100 suitors at her door, but she never waned, she never worried. I was trying to take those ideas and make these women, instead of a myth, maybe more three-dimensional, like the myth that has been put on me.